welcome to the Tomsriver Show. Pat O'Melia here. You there? I'm in my North Bergen studio today. I am going to get my COVID-19 vaccine, so I got my short sleeve shirt on under this. I'll talk more about that later. On the bottom of the screen, you got everything you need to know, where you can watch us on live stream, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Well, I think Twitter stopped the videos. They were doing Periscope, but I think that's over. Like us on Facebook, love us on YouTube, that sort of thing. If you need to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me through our website. You have all that there. And the live stream, you can download that app. It's free. We archive all our shows there, and there's a lot of other programming on live stream also. Legal weed, that is coming. Actually, New York may even get it passed faster than us now. We have it passed, but we're still trying to figure out how we're going to sell it, how we're going to tax it. And from what I'm hearing on the tax side, it's going to be some heavy tax. So that pot dealer on the corner, he may not be out of business too soon. Because we're hearing like $60 wholesale tax on an ounce. Then the sales tax, and the municipalities get some money. But the municipalities got to have a real conversation, because there's money on the table here. And the legal pot is going to be legal in New Jersey. It's still against the law federally. So I don't know how someone selling legal pot is going to open a checking account. But a real conversation's got to be had, because you can't leave money on the table, especially in New Jersey. We can't, and we never do, especially when it's your money. We don't leave it on the table. To offset property taxes, this could be ideal for that. But a conversation's got to be had with all these municipalities. I know Tomsriver is against dispensaries in Tomsriver. Seaside Heights is against it. You're leaving money on the table that could be used to offset property taxes. There's a real conversation got to be held. All right, we're going to break with commercial. You're watching the Tomsriver Show. I'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
We're back. Tomsriver Show here. Pat O'Melia. Today we're going to talk about Ocean County wasting your money again. We're going to talk about a Tomsriver Cancer Center. Started a partnership with John Dewar Cancer Center out of Hackensack Hospital. We're going to talk about New Jersey helping landlords and renters with some of this federal money from the COVID. And we're going to have some quick hits where we're going to talk about Tomsriver doing some beach replenishment and me getting my COVID shot. But first, without any further delay, it's Ocean County. Your commissioners in the county of Ocean just wasted more of your money. They just wrote checks paying a company, I think it's Earl Construction, $556,335 for various road paving projects in Ocean County. Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do road paving. You need the equipment. And I've been talking about this for the last 2 years in Ocean County. You got to start doing work in-house. You have to start shared services with the municipalities. The county and Tomsriver and all the Ocean County municipalities need to start working together. But that is your money that they're writing these checks for. No attempt was made to do any of this road paving in-house. Nada. Why? Well, because we don't have the equipment. We can't do it ourselves because we're too stupid. That $500,000 could have bought that equipment twofold. But there was no attempt to do that. You know, it makes me wonder why we have DPWs in municipalities in Ocean County. Ocean County has them, all the municipalities have them, but they're writing checks to outside vendors. They're spending your money. The vendor, you know, is in the business to make a profit. That's their job, to make a profit. Let's figure the vendor made 35% profit on those road paving projects. That comes out to about $194,000. That should still be in your checking account. Your checking account when I say Ocean County, because it's your tax dollars that fund that. But no, that $194,000 went into that vendor's pockets. He's going, I made some good money today. That's what I'm in business for. In-house, you probably could have done that job for about $300,000. But once you have the equipment, it's just the man hours and the material. But there was no effort to change that. Just keep writing checks with your money. And one of the most constant, recurring expenses in Ocean County is the freaking roads. They're not going away. Do you have any idea how many roads there are in Ocean County? There's a little of that for you today. There are 2,958 miles of roads in Ocean County. It's a lot of roads, of which the county of Ocean is responsible for 615. And they spend a lot of money for 615 miles. 2,164 of those miles are maintained by the various municipalities, who also, guess what they don't have? Any equipment to do road paving, because we're too simple-minded to do that ourselves. It is much easier for us to write a check with your money. 140 of the miles in Ocean County are maintained by the state. 39 of the miles are maintained by the New Jersey Turnpike. If these elected leaders want to show their constituents that we're trying to save your money, we're trying to stretch your tax dollar, you would think some entity, and it would have to be one of the big ones, I would say, Tomsriver or Ocean County, would get this type of equipment so they can start doing this in-house, and you enter a shared services. You know, if Tomsriver needs road paving done, the county can do it. If Tomsriver bought the equipment, they can do it for the county. This is all your tax dollars, because you're paying Tomsriver. You're paying Tomsriver tax dollars, you're paying Ocean County. But nobody's making any kind of effort to see how we can stretch it. Again, I don't know why Tomsriver and Ocean County have DPWs. What do they do? We're not doing the main job of a DPW, roads. And even if there's some parks, I'm going to talk about beach replenishing soon. The county DPW or Tomsriver DPW is involved? No, man, because they'll write your checks. Somebody's got to take the initiative. Got an election coming up. Maybe we should talk. Make that part of the campaign. How are you going to stretch the tax dollar? What shared services are you doing? I mean, real nut and bolt shared services. Somebody should be doing this road paving in-house, whether it's the county or Tomsriver. It stretches your dollars. These entities you're paying for, whether it's Tomsriver or Ocean County. But both of them just write checks. Because it's easy to write checks with your money. It's easy to reach into your pocket and take your money. All right, we're going to break the commercial. You're watching the Tomsriver Show. I'll be right back.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, located right off of NJ 440 North. Across the Hudson Mall is your one stop for all your automotive needs. Check out Ford's latest models like the 2020 Ford Fusion with its stylish looks and hybrid options, or the unparalleled high-performance 2020 Ford Mustang. The 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor is ready for those rugged off-road terrains with trail control. Need a mid-sized truck for your towing and hauling? The 2020 Ford Ranger will deliver. The 2020 Ford Escape is a luxury SUV that was made for comfort and adventure on the go. Returning is Ford's legendary Bronco, which takes you back to the true meaning of off-roading. They are now available for pre-order in our showroom or on our website. Let us help you find your next vehicle. Stevens Jersey City Ford, 201-432-7272.
Cutting-edge surgical care is right here in Secaucus.
Robotic surgery is safer.
Shorter hospital stays.
Smaller abdominal incisions, the size of an M&M. Here at Hudson Regional, we provide world-class robotic surgical care.
Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintoproperties.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back, Tomsriver Show here. Pat O'Melia there. Remember, you got elections coming up. Demand. These council people who are running for election, that's going to stretch you $1. They're going to start doing things in-house and shared services. If you, unfortunately, are suffering from cancer, things got a little better for you in Tomsriver. The Tomsriver Regional Cancer Center has now formed a partnership with Hackensack Hospital's John Dewar Cancer Center. John Dewar Cancer Center is probably one of the finest centers in the Northeast, and this is a big day for Tomsriver, where we can have the expertise from Hackensack Hospital, Hackensack Meridian, and the John Dewar Cancer Center available in Tomsriver. So you don't have to travel anymore to get the best possible cancer care. And the reason I bring this up, first off, it's good news for Tomsriver that you can get this type of cancer treatment in Tomsriver, and the expertise from the John Dewar Cancer Center is that I actually worked for John Dewar one time. Before John Dewar and his family got into the cancer research and philanthropy, we built trailers in Newark, New Jersey. There's one of them right there. That's one of the trailers from my day with John Dewar. He had a sprawling manufacturing plant in Newark right off Wilson Avenue. I worked at Jefferson Street. There's another one. We were building those for TIP. Back then, I think that may have been a flexi-van trailer that we were building. We built them on the Jefferson Street. They had one of the serial plates from the days of Dewar. You probably can't see it, but I used to have to sign off on them. I was quality control. And all through that section of Newark, and I mean, the Dewar plant was sprawling. You know, I started on Jefferson Street, and we had a quality control problem at Dewar, and I was hired to help straighten that out. And we did. We did a good job. For that matter, my interview at Dewar, I was a trailer mechanic in my younger years, and I went, this guy, McIntyre was his name. We're in an office trailer, and goes, what do you know about trailers? I'm telling him all the things I know about trailers. I was a mechanic. And he actually picked up what was called a slack adjuster, part of the brake system on a trailer. And he looked at me and goes, what is this? And I said, that's a slack adjuster. I spent a lot of my life adjusting brakes on trailers. All right, you got the job. Let's go walk around the plant. That was my whole interview. What is this? And most of the trucking that you've seen locally, that was a Dewar trailer. And they made ocean-going containers and the chassis that carried the ocean-going containers. And I don't know how many hundreds of people John Dewar employed there, but they were all over the place. They were like ants going all over. There were men and women that worked the lines. There was no difference between men and women. He was an equal opportunity employer, John Dewar. And it was almost like if you've seen the old World War II stuff with the Ford assembly plants where they were building tanks and planes, that's what it looked like at John Dewar. To me, I was like I was going back in time, where the plants probably were involved in the world wars. That's how old the plants were. Like I said, everybody worked there. There were legal immigrants were there. I assume they're all legal. Young guys, old guys, people getting their first start at work It was a real mixed group of people there. And it was a hell of an experience for a young guy. I worked there in the late 70s. When I first got married in 78, so I'm probably over there 78, 79. I think I was there until like around 1980. And I moved on to bigger and better things. But in one of the big plants on Pacific Street, they were building these UPS trailers. They were having problems with them. The problem was we weren't squaring what's called the pup, and I figured that out. So we figured out how to correct them. All we needed to do was get a big high-low and put the trailers, they were kind of rounded because the pup wasn't square. You probably don't understand what a pup is, and I don't have enough time to explain it. But we put these trailers up against a wall, and we had this guy, Smitty, who I would take with me to other shops that I had managed over the years later, and had Smitty in this big high-low, and he raced, had this high-low going about 10, 15 miles an hour, smashing into the side of these UPS trailers. But that straightened him out. And you know how John Dewar got paid as the trailers came off the line. So every day we had to report how many trailers we got off the line: 5 trailers, 6 trailers, 8 trailers, and you know UPS or Flexi Van or whoever would pay us. And that's how John Dewar made his money, and he was quite successful at it. And just the property alone in Newark is worth mucho money. But he started the John Dewar, and his family also started the John Dewar Cancer Center. So John put that money to good use because he didn't give me much of it, that's for sure. But Tomsriver Regional Cancer Center is now in partnerships with John Dewar Cancer Center out of Hackensack Hospital. That's good for Tomsriver. All right, we're going to break the commercial. You're watching the Tomsriver Show. I'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
We're back. Tomsriver Show. Pat O'Melia here. Before I get on to landlord renter assistance from New Jersey, going back to working at John Dewar, on our Pacific Street plant, across the street was a slaughterhouse. And every day, truckloads of cows would come in. Being a Jersey City guy, the only cow I knew was Elsie the cow. And it marched these cows in there, and they soon became hamburgers. One day, one of the cows made a break for it, and it ran through the back of the alley of the Pacific Street plant, and then came back into the Pacific Street plant. And everybody's working on scaffolds and ladders, building a trailer. Trailers are 13 feet 6 inches in the air, and we're putting roofs on and all. And this cow come down, and it was like a Laurel and Hardy movie. I mean, this cow was knocking people flying in the air off their ladders and scaffolds, and I'm standing at the end where I'm doing the inspection. I'm like, what the hell? I don't see the cow at this point. All I see is people flying. All of a sudden, this huge animal is coming right at me. Like I said, I'm Georgia City. I don't know anything about cows. I got the hell out of the way. That cow went. They wrangled him, and the cow eventually made it into that chute. All right, enough of my talk of my trailer days in Newark. And I got into politics and TV after that. The state of New Jersey is getting boop-kook bucks for COVID relief. A lot of money. And the money's got to be used for COVID. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about using some to balance some budgets here and there. Has to be used for COVID. one of the big issues facing, and it isn't spoken about much, is renters and property owners, landlords. A lot of, COVID was a horrible year, and it's still bad now. A lot of people aren't back to work yet. They're still on unemployment, and they couldn't pay their rents. A lot of these landlords haven't seen a rent in a year. And, of course, the state put in the eviction moratorium, so that was stopped. Also, a lot of municipalities put in moratoriums on banning rent increases. So the landlords, and they always attack the landlords like they're, Richie Rich or something from Monopoly. A lot of them are mom and pop. They got, 3, 4 apartment homes, 4 or 5 family, 3 or 4 family homes, and they need that rent. A lot, the rent evictions were stopped. Foreclosures weren't. Property owners, mom and pop, who aren't getting that rent, they couldn't make their mortgage payments. Their properties are in foreclosure. There was no effort to stop that. Municipalities raised the taxes. There was no moratorium banning any tax increases. They banned rent increases, but they didn't ban the tax increases, whether it be from the county, the municipality, the state, whatever the case is. So property owners, landlords, mom and pop, the people, like I said, own 2, 3, 4 family homes, they're hurting. That money, a lot of that has got to be earmarked for renters and landlords. And it's very simple. If you get the landlord back up to date on his rent, then the renters are taken care of. Now, some of them people were probably gaming the system. And a lot of people, if you got a wife with 2 kids, you got a family of 4 or 5, you're getting unemployment. For a while, you were getting to $600 a week too, but that stopped. It's hard to pay all your expenses. And one of the things they were able to hold off on was rents because there was a moratorium on evictions. But those evictions, you can't get evicted, but that didn't stop the legal process. And landlords have been filing the eviction proceedings. And I think in Ocean County, I think they're reporting like 4,000 pending eviction proceedings. Somewhere in the state, I think the number is 180,000 pending eviction proceedings. Once Governor Murphy says the emergency is over, the state of emergency is over, and he renews it every 3 months. Once he does that, that also removes the moratorium on evictions, unless he makes something special on that. Before he does that, he's got to figure a way of getting that money to those property owners for the back rents. So these people can be made whole. Unfortunately, some of these people already lost their properties. In Jersey City, I think we had a tax lien of 7,200 people. They had a tax lien sale. Their only fault, these property owners, for a majority of them, was they couldn't collect rents because their tenants were unemployed and they were only getting a minimal amount of money from workers' unemployment and whatever assistance they were getting through COVID. They couldn't pay their rent. These people have tax liens on their homes now, and many have lost their home. Before Murphy starts divvying up that money, we got to earmark some of that for landlords and renters. All right, you're watching the Tomsriver Show. I'll be right back.
Hudson Regional Hospital, we promise to be prepared for your emergency.
We promise to provide world-class robotic surgical care.
We promise to treat you like family.
To provide accurate diagnostic care.
To provide the most innovative orthopedic care at your doorsteps.
We promise to treat your baby like our own.
To never stop investing in the best of spinal care.
To be with you every step of the way.
Here at Hudson Regional Hospital, we promise to take care of our community.
Tomsriver Show. Pat O'Melia here. You concerned Tomsriver resident. You know, we're almost out of the show when I only got one page left. Tomsriver has agreed to spend, again, your money, $438,525 to repair the dunes at Ortley Beach. They were damaged in the last nor'easter in February, and waves came, took a lot of sand out of there. Plus, they got to redo the walkways and some fencing. But Tomsriver said, well, we're going to have, same guy that's doing the paving work, by the way, for the county is going to do the sand. They're going to truck sand in and replenish it. A couple of things on that. Oh, first off, was there any attempt by Tomsriver to do this in-house? Now, I suppose we don't have dump trucks, or we can't rent dump trucks. We must have CDL drivers. I'm sure we have some of them that drive the truck, so we could probably rent some. But this thing, you know what that is? That's work. Somebody at the Tomsriver DPW is going to figure, well, we got to get trucks, and we got to go pick up sand. Then we got to drive the trucks onto the beach and dump the sand. Then we got to level the sand. Hey, that sounds like a lot of work. It's just easier to write a check with somebody else's money. That somebody else being you, by the way, Tomsriver person. Now, Jeff Tittle from the Sierra Club questioned, should that beach be replenished? Because, every time there's an nor'easter, the dunes don't seem to be working, at least the sand ones anyway. For that matter, this week, we had a nor'easter. So you could have more beach erosion. And what Tittle was talking about is you're kind of like throwing your money into the ocean when you keep running out and replenishing these beaches. He may be right on that, but that's really not the crux of my argument here. The crux of my argument is, again, there was zero effort to do any of this in-house, to do anything in some way we can stretch your dollar. Because the vendor who's going to use his dump trucks and pick up sand, he's making $1 on that. He's making a profit. The township could do this. But, all right, so the sand is going to be trucked in, and they're going to pay for that, $438,000. But there's walkway and fences that have to be done. Tomsriver is also going to farm that out. So what I'm saying is we can't even nail and screw things together anymore. Tom's in South Jersey in the shore area, building decks is something that's second nature. Now, I actually just built a whole picnic table setup at my kid's house out of 2x4s. I rebuilt all the steps at my kid's house, the exterior steps, out of, pressure-treated wood, ground contact wood. I can figure it out. I'm sure someone else can figure it, but nobody wants to do it because it's work. And like I said today, I am dressed. I got my short-sleeve shirt on to get my vaccine. I was supposed to get the J&J one, but no, of course not. They would yank that from the market for right now. So I'm getting the Moderna. So instead of one shot, I'm getting two. I guarantee you the J&J will be back in the market in a week or so. Maybe even right now, we just aim it at men because there was an issue with the females taking it. But the issue is now I'm out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.